Senator Hawley, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thanks to all of the witnesses for being here. Ms. Carlos, if I could just start with you. You're here on behalf of YouTube, is that right?
That is correct.
Can you tell me, why is it that YouTube has monetized videos that teach people how to generate pornographic deepfakes of women? Why does that happen on your platform?
Thank you for the question. Protecting our users is one of our top priorities. My general expertise is in music policy, so I'm not in the best position to answer that question, but I'm happy to follow up with you.
Do you know how many such videos there are out there that are these are monetized videos now on YouTube?
I'm not aware of that number. I can't say that our community policies do not allow that type of content on our platform.
Well, Forbes magazine just reported that YouTube's in fact promoted over 100 YouTube videos with millions of views that showcase AI deepfake porn and include tutorials on how to make deepfake porn, particularly porn that targets young women. Do you have any idea how much money YouTube has made off of this monetization?
Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I do not have detail on this specific news article. I'm happy to follow up with you in the committee.
So you don't have any idea of how many ad dollars YouTube has made off of this?
I do not.
Are you aware that one of these websites that was promoted by YouTube in these videos was later cited in a criminal prosecution for AI sexual abuse material, generating, let me be more specific, generating AI sexual abuse material involving children?
Thank you again for the question, Senator. As we mentioned earlier, YouTube has endorsed the Take It Down Act, and we take these issues very seriously. Again, I'll notify that I represent music policy and do not have the information to give you a fulsome response during today's hearing.
Let me ask you this then. If a teenage girl's face ends up in an AI porn video on your platform, what does YouTube do about it? What's her recourse right now? What can she do to have...
Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel, where we bring you uncensored analysis. On today's episode, I want you to sit down and listen closely, because what I just watched from a U.S. Senate hearing will shake every American who values privacy, decency, and accountability in this country. I'm talking about Senator Josh Hawley's questioning of a YouTube executive over YouTube's role in promoting and profiting from AI-generated deepfake pornography, including content involving women and minors. That's right, the very platform you're watching me on right now. Now, I want to be crystal clear, this video will not use graphic language, and I will not be spreading conspiracy theories. Everything I'm about to share is based on a public, on-the-record Senate hearing and publicly available journalism. Senator Hawley asked a YouTube representative on the record why this platform has allowed videos that teach people how to create AI deepfake porn. Not only that, but these videos were monetized and in some cases, promoted by YouTube's algorithm. And do you want to know what the YouTube rep said? She said, she didn't know. She wasn't the right person to answer. She works in music policy. You can't make this up.
to get some recompense, get some restitution?
After over a year ago, we updated our privacy policy so that anybody who believes that their voice or likeness is being used without their authorization on our platform can submit a request for removal.
A request for removal. Is there some policy in getting reimbursement for any profits the company may have made, again, if these videos are monetized? I mean, does the victim get a share of anything?
I'm not aware of those policies. I would have to follow up with you, Senator.
Why is it that the enforcement of YouTube's own policy here seems to only happen after videos go viral? Is there a reason for that?
I do not have the answer to that question to you.
Do you know how many AI-generated deepfake videos or deepfake content is removed before a victim complains? Does the victim have to complain before YouTube does anything?
Again, my specialty is in music policy. I do understand that we use technology such as AI to search for that content, and when it is in violation of our policies, we will remove it.
Let me ask you about this. YouTube training data. Has YouTube provided data for use in Google's Gemini or other AI training programs?
YouTube does provide data in Google training data in accordance with our agreements.
So if an artist uploads music to YouTube, does the company use that music to train AI models?
As I mentioned, we do share data in accordance with our agreements. I can't speak to the specifics of any individual agreement.
Well, so how are people like Ms. McBride protected? I mean, so if you're an artist and you put any content on YouTube, does that mean that it's just free range? I mean, you can do whatever you want with it?
Again, it goes down to the terms of our agreement. I will say that we have forged deep partnerships with the music industry. We came out of the gate with forming AI music principles with the music industry and are continuing to experiment with them to see how AI can best benefit their creative process.
So are there privacy protections you're telling me YouTube has in place privacy protections for artists?
They apply to all individuals on our platform.
Oh, so is this, you have to, this is the click wrap scenario? This is in order to watch cute dog videos or whatever, you've got to click the I consent, and that wraps in, you basically give consent for your stuff to be used?
There are all different types of various agreements, but our terms of service are included in that batch of agreements.
So where are, I guess my question is, where are users told about their privacy protections, if they have any, and where do they explicitly consent?
They agree to our terms of service, and we also have our privacy policy available on the web.
Okay, so that's the click wrap. So in other words, if you come onto YouTube, you want to use it, you click, you got to click through. So you click it, and there you basically agreed to allow YouTube to give your content to AI and allow them to train it without any further consent. Is that basically it?
Again, we implement our policies, and in terms of our agreement are what govern what goes into our training.
Well, I'm asking you the content of that agreement. So in other words, if I'm an artist and I upload something to YouTube, and yeah, sure, I've clicked the button that says, yeah, I want to be able to use YouTube. Are you telling me that I don't have any further recourse? If YouTube then goes and gives the information to AI models and systems, there's nothing further I can do? Or am I missing something?
If it is in accordance with our agreements, we will share that data.
Yeah, that seems like a big problem to me. That seems like a huge, huge problem to me. And the fact that YouTube is monetizing these kind of videos seems like a huge, huge problem to me. I'm glad you're here today. I wish there were more tech companies here today. But we've got to do more. I mean, YouTube, I'm sure, is making billions of dollars off of this. The people who are losing are the artists and the creators and the teenagers whose lives are upended. We've got to give individuals powerful, enforceable rights in their images, in their property, in their lives back again, or this is just never going to stop. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Now, let me ask you this. If you or I uploaded anything that violated their vague, ever-changing community standards, we'd be suspended, shadow banned, or outright deplatformed. But videos that promote the sexual exploitation of people through AI, somehow they slip through the cracks. This isn't just about content moderation. This is about the destruction of privacy and human dignity in the name of corporate profit. According to Forbes, a source no one would call right-wing, YouTube promoted over 100 videos that included tutorials on how to generate explicit deepfake content using AI. Some of these had millions of views. Think about that. Some young woman, maybe even a minor, could have her face stolen, copied by AI, and inserted into a grotesque video, and it gets monetized. Meanwhile, the YouTube executive couldn't tell us how many of these videos exist, couldn't tell us how much money they made off it, couldn't tell us how often they remove these videos before a victim complains. Sound like responsible tech stewardship to you? Patriots, here's the truth. Big tech has stopped caring about decency. They are profiting off of AI-generated filth, and when they get caught, they hide behind corporate speak and pass the blame. But the bigger issue is this. What rights do you and I have in this digital age? Senator Hawley asked what happens if a young girl ends up in a deepfake video on YouTube. You know what the rep said? She can file a request to take it down. That's it. No immediate protection. No compensation. No accountability. Just fill out a form and hope someone gets to it. That's not justice. YouTube, owned by Google, is feeding user-uploaded content into AI training programs like Gemini. Senator Hawley asked the rep point-blank, if an artist uploads their music to YouTube, does YouTube use that to train AI? Her answer? Yes, per the agreement. What agreement? You know, the terms of service. The little pop-up you have to click if you want to watch a cooking video or your grandkids' dance recital. That click-wrap garbage that nobody reads. So yes, friends, when you upload your song, your voice, your likeness, it might just become AI training material. Not with your permission. Not with compensation. But because you clicked a box. That's not consent, that's coercion wrapped in legalese. This is why the conservative movement has been warning for years about unchecked tech power. The same companies that silence conservative voices and promote ideological propaganda are now in the business of exploiting people, especially women and children, with dangerous, unregulated AI. And when confronted, they offer no transparency and no remorse. Let me ask you this. If a small business owner did this, profited off AI-generated sexual material, would they walk free? Would they just follow up later? Or would they be prosecuted? But YouTube, Google, they just call it part of their agreement. It's time for patriots to stand up and demand accountability. We need laws, real ones, that say your image is your property. That AI cannot be used to destroy reputations or profit off of people's stolen likeness. That victims must be protected, not left to file forms on big tech's website like their customer service complaints. And we need lawmakers to grow a spine, not just ask questions but take action. So here's what I'm asking from you today. Share this video far and wide. The media won't talk about it, but we will. Contact your representative and demand stronger privacy laws for Americans in the age of AI. Support platforms and leaders who believe in liberty, dignity, and accountability. Because if we don't fight now, we may wake up in a world where your face, your voice, and your values no longer belong to you. That's not the America I believe in, and I know it's not the America you believe in either. See you on the next episode.